Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin, and I'm back here again with another Call of Duty Black Ops 3 video. In today's video, I want to cover a few things. One, obviously, how to make the M8A7 a god gun, the best classes for the M8A7, talking a bit about that. Also, I want to talk about differences between should you use the M8A7, are you more of an SMG player, assault rifle player, and a lot of stuff to do with that. And I also have a special surprise for you guys in this video, and I'll talk about that right now. Basically, what I'm going to do is I want everyone who's watching this video, I know a lot of you guys love my class setups, you guys love my overpowered series, you know, talking about different classes for different guns. And what I want to do for you guys in today's video is I want you guys all to leave a comment on this video with any sort of question you guys have. Now, I want serious questions. What I want to do with this is I want you guys to ask me different things like, what is the best class for this? What should I do in this situation? How can I play better on this map? Something like that, because I'm going to be doing how to get better at Black Ops 3, and it's basically going to be sort of like a Q&A how to get better at Black Ops 3, where I answer pretty much every single serious good question that you guys put in the comment section of this video. I don't care if it takes me 3 or 4 or 5 episodes of that series. I'm going to try to answer all of my lovely subscribers' questions to help you guys get better at Black Ops 3. So whether your question is going to be, you know, how come the VMP sucks with this, but it's better with this? How can I do better on Fringe Hardpoint? Any sort of question you guys have that's a serious one, drop it down in the comment section down below. And I'm going to be reading them all and obviously picking the best ones to make videos on and talk about them in the sort of how to get better at Black Ops 3 Q&As. I'm actually so excited to make those videos, and I'm so excited to read the comments on this video. So make sure you guys all drop a comment with any sort of question you guys have. You know, obviously a serious, honest question to do with Black Ops 3. So, basically, also, if you guys could all drop a like on this video, obviously, that would be absolutely awesome. I got, like, one of my best gameplays ever last night in Call of Duty history, and I'm going to want to upload that later tonight if you guys smash the likes up on this one. And let's get right into talking about the first thing. So, the first thing is going to be M8A7, how to make this gun a god gun. Now, a lot of people are going to say, Luke, the M8A7 is already a god gun. You don't need any attachments, blah, blah, blah. That is not true. There's two things in particular that I can say you really, really need on the M8A7, and without those, the M8A7 is just an average gun or even below average. And those two things are, the first one is going to be a sight. Now, for the sight, I either recommend the red dot sight, which is the reflex, or the ELO sight. Now, this one here is sort of personal preference, but I want to talk about it a bit, because usually I just say personal preference and I just leave it like that. But in reality, I think, now I'm just saying this off the top of my head, the ELO sight is probably better statistically for the simple fact that the ELO sight doesn't take up as much of the screen, right? Obviously, if you're aiming down sight with a red dot sight or a reflex, it's going to have the square around the whole thing, and it's a bigger scope, which can cover more of the screen, so you might not see an enemy hopping by on your left side or on your right side, and that's why statistically, the ELO sight is better. However, if you find yourself doing better with the red dot sight, use the red dot sight, because it's all personal preference. And too often I see people, you know, like I'll make a video on this is the best class for the VMP, and then people who are assault rifle players start to use the VMP. You really need to stick to your comfort zone and to use what you think is best after your personal opinions, no matter what someone says. Even if I tell you guys, this gun is the best gun in the game, if you find you do better with another gun, use that other gun. More power to you. You want to do the best you can in this game, and definitely you want to make your own opinions, as well as obviously take into account what I say and what your friends say and other YouTubers and stuff like that. But basically, that one is up for debate. The red dot or the ELO sight. In this gameplay, I was using the reflex sight with the I changed the reticle on it to like a little yellow reticle. For the reticle, I just recommend using the default one or changing it to the one I have in this gameplay. It's pretty strong, but as far as that, I probably prefer the ELO sight more whenever I play competitive or in a match that actually matters, like a lot. I'm going to use the ELO sight because that's what I'm more comfortable with. However, this was just a public game. I was messing around with the different reticles, and I still managed to get, I think I get like 94, 95 kills in this game. So it obviously proves to you guys the sight doesn't really matter. That's all up to personal preference. Now, the second thing you really need on the M8A7 to make it into a god gun is an attachment, and that attachment is stock. Now, I made my last video about stock. I talked about stock for the SMGs and how good it can be when you pair the already insane mobility of the SMGs. And because some of the SMGs got nerfed with their, you know, their ADS movement, I think it was the VMP and the Kuda that got nerfed, stock is even more prevalent now and very good. But I also want to remind you guys in this video, stock is still good on assault rifles as well, and stock is probably the best attachment in the game, to be honest. Like, rapid fire is a really good attachment. Quick draw is an insane attachment paired with fast mags, but the stock attachment is insane, and I can never use an assault rifle without stock. Maybe I could use like an HVK or something, but for the M8A7, all this gun is posting up, strafing left and right, and hitting your shots, and that's why you definitely need stock, and you definitely need that red dot sight. Now, the other attachment I have on in this gameplay here is I have quick draw. Now, quick draw is basically, it's not really required, but I'll explain to you guys why I like to run quick draw and why this makes the whole M8A7 class a god gun. Because basically, the M8A7 is great, alright? The M8A7 is a really great gun. It's not good at close range. It's not good at hip firing, no matter what anyone tells you. And that's why I'm forced to run a secondary. Now, the secondaries that you could run are either the Marshall 16, the LCAR, or the RK5. Those are basically the three secondaries that you could choose from. I like the LCAR personally because it's fully auto. I already have a burst gun. If I pair it with the RK5, I'm just going to have two burst guns. So I like to run the LCAR to have that fully automatic, ability to spray. The only thing with the LCAR is it only has 20 bullets in a clip. However, the RK5 doesn't have many bullets in the clip either. So, it's a secondary gun, you're gonna take an L there no matter what, but I definitely think the LCAR is really good. Now, when I'm forced to run this secondary, you're gonna be forced to switch and whip out that secondary really fast, that's what she said, at close ranges when people are rushing you, because if you're posted up with an M8, a guy rushes you really fast, you're gonna need to whip out that secondary, and that's why you're pretty much forced to run fast hands. And what I have on this class is I have fast hands and scavenger. So when I'm forced to run fast hands, you guys know how much I love the combo of fast hands and quick draw. I say, whatever. For my next attachment, there's some good ones for the M8. The best ones will be, obviously, stock is the #1, and I always use that. Then after that, long barrel is very good. It can get you some one burst that you wouldn't have gotten before. High caliber is really good because if you do headshot the people with the full burst, you're going to kill them no matter if you have high caliber or not. However, how this gun works is maybe if you shoot a burst, only one bullet from the burst would hit the head. The other ones hit the low shoulders, the high shoulders or whatever, and high caliber could make that into a one burst. So high caliber is pretty good. Long barrel, obviously, and rapid fire. But when you have fast hands on, you just got to go with quick draw. It's just so good, and that's why I went with quick draw on this one. Now, for my perks, obviously, I told you guys fast hands and scavenger. My other perks are, my first perk here is the afterburner perk. And the reason for that is you guys might think, whoa, afterburner on an assault rifle? You told us pretty much only running on SMGs, which is true. You don't need afterburner. It's completely required. If you guys are playing on something like Nuketown, I'd say use Flakjack. If you guys are playing with a specialist that you think is going to help you out a lot, I'd say use Overclock. However, I like afterburner, and I'll explain it to you guys in this video right now, because obviously if you're playing hardpoint, you're going to get grenaded a lot if you're in the hardpoint. However, an M8 style player is going to be more of like an anchor in hardpoint, which what that means is I'm going to set up behind the hardpoint or around the hardpoint, and I'm going to try to control the spawns. I'm going to try to kill people, let my teammates with the SMGs push it, and that's why I'm not really going to get naded too much if I'm not in the hardpoint, and that's why I find that afterburner is a lot good, because it allows me to get those rotations faster and allows me to make some pretty good plays while I have my secondary as well. That's why I really like that. As far as my third perk, you would think blast suppressor afterburner combo is really good, which is true, but I've noticed that lately the people in public matches, they really, the ping that it makes when you double jump is so small, and the sound, people don't really sound whore in public matches, that you can really afford to run tac mask. And I know stun grenades and flashbangs, they're so annoying to me. I've just been running tac mask 24/7, and that's basically my whole class loadout here for the M8A7. Now, this class setup is absolutely deadly if you do play that anchor sort of style, which what that means is on hardpoint, sort of like how I play this game, I set up, I get kill streaks, I set up around the hardpoint, let my teammates do the damage in the hardpoint. Obviously, I hop in the hardpoint sometimes when I need to with my LCAR, but you could play that style on pretty much any game, but you could play that style in domination, posing up around head glitches on BDOM. If that's your sort of play style, it doesn't get any better than this. This is the best class in the game, if that's your sort of play style. If your play style is rushing in with the VMP, rushing in with a Vesper, hip firing people with laser scopes, this gun is not for you, and this class setup is not for you. And that's something I found, like, I was struggling a lot, because when I would play competitive matches, I would always whip out the M8A7, and now I would do it because I saw professional players using the M8A7, and it's one of the best guns in the game. I knew that. I'd whip that out, but I found that once I started to use the VMP more, I became so much better at competitive because I'm more of an SMG player. Now, obviously, in a public match, I can do really well with both. Obviously, you guys see me get 100 pluses, 90 kills a lot consistently, and then obviously this game I still get like 94 with an assault rifle, and obviously my M8 shot is pretty decent. But when it comes to competitive and when you're playing the really good people, you want to use what you're most comfortable with, and I'm most comfortable on a VMP. And for you guys, you might want to put that mentality into public matches as well to do the best you can. Anyway, hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys made it to the end, please comment a question for me for my how to get better Q&A down in the comment section down below. Drop a like on this thing if you guys made it to the end. I'd really appreciate that. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for Cookie, no Lookie, and I'm out. Peace. I killed that outro.